All right, welcome. Today is Thursday, February 12th, 2026, and this is Senate Institutions, and we have just one item on our agenda today, which is H50. And you'll recall this was a bill that we worked on last year, made some changes, and it was updating an existing inventory process. And we had a lot of conversations about what we should include. And then it went to the House, and the House has an amendment amendment that is worthy of discussion. And so what I would like to do is to have a committee of conference so that the two committees can understand each other's points of view and we can come to a final conclusion. So I wanted to, well, first of all, are there any comments or questions?
Just if you could just break down, are you in favor of the amendment, or there's something that you don't think about it? Or at least talk about what the amendment does versus what, what's it changing that
Right.
got you,
It has a new section. Well, let me start at the top. On page 99 of today's calendar, item it's section 1 and then paragraph E, just Commissioner of Building General Services maintain an inventory. That list does not include leased buildings, and I was an advocate of including leased buildings on the inventory. So that's not something that I wanted. It's not necessarily a deal breaker because this inventory this year at least is focused on housing. So that's something that they added later on. And leased property isn't that wouldn't typically be available for housing. I do think leased property is important and it should be shown somewhere, but that's the kind of conversation that I'd like to have with the House. And then section 2 was added at the bottom of 99. And that is parcels for housing development. And I think this might have been part of a different bill. I'm not sure. This came up pretty quickly. Again, this is another reason to be able to take our time. And I think that's a good idea to have the commissioner identify state buildings and parcels. So this could be Windsor. That would be appropriate for housing. I think given our current situation and lack of housing, I think personally, I think that's a good idea. And I believe this committee did vote on something that was similar to this. So those are my feelings. So if you all have, what are your thoughts?
I'm chair, I'm good with whatever you say.
Okay. All right, so what I'm asking the committees now, and we can just do a straw poll, is are you okay with me suggesting a committee conference?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Everybody good?
Yes.
Okay. Then that is our work for the day, unless somebody has something else. Okay, thank you. We are adjourned.
Okay, sure.